Good afternoon, or good morning, depends when you're watching. I think it's Wednesday. I'm not entirely sure because, quite honestly, I'm losing track very quickly. I wonder if you are as well. I'm also thinking, as this goes on, my hair's going to look sillier and sillier. It's okay now. Give it another few weeks. Who knows? But it's all part of the fun, isn't it? I'm going to read you chapter 11 today. Can you see the picture there? Varjak Paw is making some, well, I'm saying he's making friends. He's certainly meeting some new acquaintances. If you remember, he took refuge in an old shed or a hut during the storm, and he met quite a spiky cat. Then he fell asleep and he had another encounter with Jalal during his dream. Here we are, chapter 11. Hey! Varjak heard the gravelly voice as if from a great distance. Hey you! Poor Jack, or whatever your name is, wake up! He opened his eyes. Once again the dream was over. He was back in the soggy timber hut, in the middle of the park. He was cold, wet, and hungry. Did you say something about breakfast? He groaned. He heaved himself up and scratched his ear. A trail of dirty water trickled out. Breakfast, said another voice. Varjak looked to the door. It was open. A comfortable-looking cat with shaggy chocolate-brown fur sat there. I haven't heard that word for a long time, she said. Remember breakfast, Holly? The spiky black and white cat, called Holly, shook her head. Did you find anything? She asked. Not a sausage, but it looks like you have. The new cat winked at Varjak. Where did you dig him up? Mind your own business, said Holly. She turned to Varjak. The storm's over. It's time to go. He peered through the door. It was night again. It looked freezing out there. He had a memory flash, the sky bellowing with thunder. He couldn't stand to be alone so soon. Oh, have a heart, Holly, said the chocolate-brown cat. Look at him. He's obviously not dangerous. She smiled at Varjak. My name's Tam. Don't you mind Holly here. She's in a bad mood right now, but her bark's worse than her bite. Oh, that's enough, snapped Holly. Varjak looked into her eyes. They were a sharp mustard colour. So, are you going to help me find a dog? He asked. A dog? Asked Tam. Her eyes were wide and round like saucers. Why? I need to talk to one. Talk to a dog? Tam whispered. I know it's difficult. Her shaggy coat shuddered. It's worse than that. Do you have any idea what you're saying? Don't listen to him, Tam, said Holly. He doesn't know anything. Yes, I do, said Varjak. Go on. Tell Tam what your name is, she smiled. I'm Varjak Paw, he said with all the dignity that he could muster. It's a noble name. I'm a Mesopotamian blue. There was a hush for a moment, and then Tam started to giggle. Holly grinned. Mesopo what? Said Tam. Mesopotamia. It's where my family's from. Sounds weird, said Tam. Where is it? Varjak scratched his head. Oh, I don't exactly know, he admitted, but haven't you been there? I've only ever dreamed about it. They both laughed this time. The strange thing was, Varjak didn't mind. It wasn't like being bullied by Julius. These cats were so different from his family. He enjoyed the way they talked, even when they teased him. He grinned with them, and just for a moment he felt the invisible barrier between them drop. Well then, said Tam, if you're not from there, you're from here. You're one of us. He's not from here, Holly told her. He's a pet. Says he lives on the hill. Got lost in the storm. I'm here to save my family, said Varjak. You are, breathed Tam. From who? A gentleman. He's got these scary black cats. Even their eyes are black. And they walk all strange. Varjak paused. He knew he was sounding odd. Like this, he said. and he tried to walk like the black cats, but found he couldn't really do it on his own. Tam and Holly cracked up laughing again. I like him, said Tam. He reminds me of Luca. The warm laughter died away all of a sudden, and the hut became very silent. Varjak looked over at Holly. There was a sad look in her mustard eyes. Luca's a friend of ours, said Tam. He used to be. He looked like me, but he sounded like you. He could always make us laugh. Anyway, he ended up joining a gang. It was when the food started to run out. The gangs were taking everything. We were so hungry. I told him it was a bad idea, said Holly quietly, but he joined one anyway. And then he vanished. Some friend. He left you, said Varjak. Not left, said Holly. Vanished. It happens all the time in this city. She glanced at the door. Her invisible barrier was definitely up again. But that's just what friends do. They're not worth having. Why not? Varjak thought. He'd give anything to do anything for a friend. Nothing could be worth more. Because they let you down. They leave you in the end. It's best to be alone. Don't worry, Varjak, said Tam. She doesn't mean it. Holly tries to act all hard, but she's the best friend you could have. And she likes you, really, I can tell. That's enough, shouted Holly. She looked hurt. If you two are such good friends now, why don't you just go off together? She stalked away, out of the hut, into the park. She was going. Varjak followed her. He had a strange feeling like something important was slipping through his pores. Wait, he said. Don't follow me, she growled as she padded off, tail held up, spiky and solitary. An unapproachable cat. Oh no, said Tam, hurrying after her. I shouldn't have mentioned Luca. I ruined it. Holly, wait for me! She scuttled away into the night. And Varjak Paw was alone once again. Oh, poor old Varjak. He's got so many things to learn, hasn't he? So many things about this new life outside that he needs to find out. In chapter 12, we'll see what happens next. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, whatever day it might be. And I hope you're being very, very good for whoever's looking after you. Like I said, I'm trying to be good. I'm going to keep trying to be good. I'm going to keep trying to be kind and making sure that the people that I live with are as happy as they can be. Now, don't you forget, even though I'm not seeing you at the moment, you are incredibly precious. Me and Mrs. Harris, we talk often on the internet and we're chatting away about all the things we're going to plan for you to do. So I hope you're having a look at those weekly tasks and you're trying your best with the work we set, but don't get worried about any of it. Okay, just you make sure that you're okay, you're keeping well, you're trying your best with your maths and your English. Playing on those TT Rockstars is really important, and doing your reading is really, really important. Okay, those are the important things, and really important is making sure that you're being really good. Okay, there you go. That's my lesson for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you soon. Okay, it's really nice to see you. Bye.